Hi folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. So, as you can see, I've got a keep net out, and the reason for that, of course, is because I'm fishing the monthly club match. It's the same place as I did the match last time. I was a couple of pegs further down where I had some deep water. This time I'm up in the shallows. I've actually seen this totally dry where I'm fishing before now. There is a big drop off a ledge at about 65 turns out for the feeder, but the wind's just starting to get up and I'm going to be chucking straight into the wind. So we'll see if I can get to that with the feeder, and that usually holds a few fish out there. Out in front of me I've got maybe 3.5 to 4 feet on the waggler line. I might catch some there, you never know, but to be honest, this whole area is a grueler. Last time I said the same thing and I had those 2 fish and won the match. The 2 guys on this peg and the guy behind me, they never had a fish at all, and this is the peg I hate the most on the pond. And something to get used to, folks. Obviously when you go match fishing, you got to have a moan and a complain, usually about the match organizer or the peg you've got, or you know, the weather, but there's always something you can moan about. But that's just what happens in match fishing. Anyway, it's about 5 minutes to go before the whistle goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, sit and drink that, and cogitate on my prospects for the day. Well, I'm not sure what's going on here, folks. I lifted up to pull in, and I thought I was snagged on the bottom, and I obviously got something. I just don't know what it is. I pulled back for a while and then decided against, and really don't know. I'm sure it must be a carp. I don't think it's very big is the thing. And it's just literally rolling in down here, reeling in rather. And here he is down below me. I never saw a bite. But then, as you can see, I've also not got a t-shirt on anymore. I spoke to you and I got my cup of tea out and I put a bit of suntan lotion on just in case, and then the sun went in, the wind got up, and I've had to change to a 45-gram feeder in order to get the distance. And generally it's very, very windy. It's only a very small carp, but you know, it's on. That's the main thing. Just got to keep it on now. This could be a match winner. Maybe not. It's only about a pound, but I'm just taking my time. There we go. The trouble is, I've got me keeping this out in front of me, and I can't avoid that because down at the edge there, it's just too shallow. And I wouldn't have any keeping it in the water if I was doing that. Still, got my first fish, eh? It might be 1.5 pounds or so, maybe 2. Where are we? Ah, he's actually hooked. Not in the mouth, but just underneath the gill. There we are, look. Well, I don't care, it's a fish. We're in. Okay, get back out there. I've just got to try and punch it through this wind somehow. It's a real chuck. Just to get the distance. I think that's about it. Let's just hope it goes round again. And then it started to rain, and the recording equipment is not waterproof. The GoPro technically is, but of course I've got wireless stuff attached to it and so on, so I'm going to have to go and get a bag and put it over the top of you, I'm afraid. Back shortly. GoPro, stop recording. Hello. Welcome back. Hopefully I can get this off without disturbing things. Haven't missed anything. Just a bit of rain and me putting my coat on. So I've gone from a t-shirt to a sweatshirt to put my thermal coat on in the space of half an hour. Eesh, sometimes the weather just does your head in, doesn't it? Alright, back to plan A, carry on with the feeder for a while. Things I do for you guys. I was just trying to get the GoPro set back up again, and I've had another little twitch, but If I've got anything on here, it's tiny, whatever it is. I'm just reeling and reeling at the moment. Feels like there may be something, but it's not much, whatever it is. Oh, there we are. Oh, and of course I moved the landing net to go and do what I was doing, and of course put it down on the ground. So, don't do as I do, do as I say. Look at that, isn't it tiny? A day or so ago, a lad had a fish over 20 pound on these two pegs over here, just pleasure fishing. And what do I catch? I catch that. Still, it's a fish. So, we'll carry on for a bit. I'm just fishing with 2 bits of corn on a size 14. Pretty standard tackle with a method feeder. 4-inch hook length, and I've had to go up to the 45 gram feeder, as I said a bit before. Started with a 36, but as soon as this wind got up, came out of nowhere, and that was me stuck. Okay, I'm going to put 2 bits of cord on, and then I'll get back out there. I'm going to give it a fair old whack to get it to go anywhere, so just hope I don't break anything. Well, I was watching my mate just the next peg down. He's got a lump on. He's been playing it for quite some time, and the rod went round. And I've got another small one because I'm just able to just wind it in. His one fish is probably worth about 20 of mine. He's been struggling with it for about 10 minutes now. I think this one's another one at about £1 or so. Maybe even less. I'm just winding, look. It fell off just literally just there, look. Just fell off. Getting a bit of a twitch going on there. There we go. Is this any bigger? Doesn't feel any bigger than the last one. We're winding again. I don't know. It's actually coming towards me. I think I must be into the only small fish in here. Oh, it's a little bit of a pull back just then, and it's just down in front of me, look. It's going to be those tiddlers again. Yep, another fish about £half a pound. Ah, dear, oh dear. This is no good, is it? I'm not going to compete with that fish that Paul caught with these. Come on, fish. I know you're precious, but have a look what we got. Yep, about £1, I suppose. Not big, is he? Certainly not as big as Paul's. I'm going to have to pull my finger out here. Well, round again. At least it's pulling back this time. Still coming towards me, but pulling back. Might be £1.5 this one. Paul next door put his back in, and it went straight back round. So I don't know what's going on today, but my most hated pig on the pond has got me the most bites I've had in this place for quite some time. Mind you, they're not big fish, are they? As I say, at least this one's got some pullback in him, so not too bad. Where are we? Oh yeah, well, it's not that much smaller than bigger than the other ones. Still, fish is a fish is a fish, isn't it? That'll do. Okay. Well, that's what 4 fish, but I haven't got much by way of weight. Still, at least I'm getting a bite or 2. Well, finally one that pulled it around a bit. That's a bit more like it. He's off a little bit. I don't think he's massive, it's just he's a bit bigger than I've been having. Again, just winding towards me. It's literally, it's like winding in a wet sack with all these fish at the moment. Where is he? Somewhere down in front of me? Ah, yeah. Well, I thought he was going to be a lot bigger, but maybe a fraction bigger. No, it's about the same. What am I going to do to catch a decent sized fish today? Still, I'm catching fish, which is a darn sight more than I often do here. There we go. Again, a pound or so. It'll take me a long time to catch up to Paul's lump out there, isn't it? A line tangled around him. Oh well. Can't argue with it though. Just wish the wind had dropped down a bit so I didn't have to put such a effort into the cast. Right, let's crack on. I'm going to give this a fair old bit of welly. It still didn't quite go where I wanted it to. The wind's pulling it off course and having a bit of a hard time with that today. Of course it's coming straight out the direction, or straight from the direction I'm chucking it into, which is not helping at all. Probably cutting down my ability to get distance by a good 5 or 10 yards or more, 5 or 10 metres even. Still, we're catching fish. Thick and fast now. But they're all so small, I could just do with a bigger one. Stop complaining, Den. You're going to have to put up with what you got, make the most of it. Paul there's only had 2 fish. He's had that great big lump and another one about the size of this that I've got, and again we're just reeling in. What's that, 6 fish now? Oh. Oh well, I didn't want that one anyway. It's not any kind of fish at all, mate. It fell off. Well, wind's really starting to get up now, guys. I've kept my sunglasses on because there's quite a light sheen off the water, so it is helping. And as I said in previous episodes, I had my eyes fixed a year or 2 ago, so I need to take care of them. I was going to give the waggler a bit of a go, but I don't even know if I can make it hold out there. Might give it one quick try next. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but we're about 1 hour and 3/4, 2 hours in now, so maybe try something a bit different just to see if I can get away from these small fish. Right, well, it's got that bad now that I had to put your wellies on and get in and move the keep net around. There's a hole down there. Just peg my keep net out properly again. Wasn't quite expecting this today. Right, let's go back where it was. I'll take this out this way a bit. Peg it out. Oh dear, you don't expect to have to do this. Come fishing, do you? Let's get this sorted out properly. Amazing where this wind's come from today. Right. Just got it pegged out in some water now anyway. Well, that's that all sorted out again. Got the keep net pegged out properly now, so fish are going to be safe and secure there. Quite where all this wind's coming from, don't actually know. They did say it was going to get windy, but this is kind of howling gale at the moment. Stopped getting bites, and it's now 11 o'clock, just gone, so we're a couple of hours in. My mate next door has only had a couple. I haven't seen anybody else catch, but then in these conditions I'm not really looking at them either. Not really much else you can try under these conditions. Oh. Yeah, well, not really point in trying anything else when you float, when your feeder goes around like that. And this is a somewhat bigger fish. Yeah, I'll just stay with the feeder, eh? This could take a while from 60 odd turns out. I don't know how big it is. It's kind of coming towards me, but it's definitely bigger than the other ones, so that's a good thing. And at least I'm getting a few bites, so I'm actually quite happy. And that's a bit of a surprise. When I drew this peg, it was the only peg on the whole water I really didn't want to fish. I've never done very well here at all before, but well, giving him a bit of line. He's obviously a bit bigger than the other ones, isn't he? Literally, before I hit this one, seconds before, my mate Paul just shouted out, "Got any more bites?" And of course I said, "No, mate, no." Now I think I'm just lying to him. Because in a match, that tends to be what happens. People lie to each other. Even best mates. Anything to get an advantage. This is actually quite a good fish. And here's the rain now as well. I'm really taking my time with these today because everyone's going to count. In case you're wondering what that black cable is that's sticking out of my pocket, it's a battery charger for the wireless microphone I've started to use lately. Right. Well, this one's been fun. It's not actually all that big at all, but it's bigger than the others, so I'm just taking my time. There we go. Still haven't got as much as in next door, but this one might be 2.5 pounds, which gets me closer. Nicely lip hooked. And there we go. Right, I'm just wondering if I can actually get back out. I can't put the landing net back in. Just wondering if I can get back out there and get to the distance with this wind coming in like this. Wow, wind's just getting worse and worse. Right, gonna have to put that bag on because we're not gonna have a recording otherwise. Sorry about this, guys. GoPro, stop recording. Welcome back. About 20 minutes later, and the rain's stopped. Well, kind of stopped. So, I haven't caught any more fish, but at least we're in a reasonable situation now regarding conditions. Oh, hang on, it started to rain again. Oh dear, when you have these days, you certainly have these days, don't you? I'm going to leave the hood off for a bit just to see if I can get past this rain. This is so changeable today. It's still spitting with rain, but the wind's dropped down a bit now, so I might just be able to go out on a waggler at some point if it continues like this. But from what I can gather, some of the lads across on the other side have had 1 or 2 fish. Don't know what the lads across there have caught. Well, if last time's anything to go by, I caught those 2 fish and won the match, so who knows. But I'm still way behind Paul. That one big fish of his is done for all 7 of mine. Just gonna have to catch something big. Well, that's 11:45 just gone, so that's close to halfway through now. As you can see, the wind's dropped down a bit and it's stopped raining. Still not the best day in the world, but can live with these conditions. So I'm going to go now and try the waggler that I just couldn't fish properly earlier on. I've got a little bit of bait out there on the waggler line, so we'll just give that a quick go for 10 or 15 minutes, see what happens. If that doesn't work, we'll go back out on the feeder again. Right, well, I probably mentioned at the start it's probably about 4 feet deep here, so I'm probably fishing a good 18 inches, 45 centimetres over depth. Let's see if we can drag a bit of shot along the bottom, because there's going to be tow along in this water. Obviously we've got the heavy wind, and the float was just moving much too quickly before to really catch anything. So we'll see if that's slowed down, and by dragging shot on the bottom, being over depth, you never know, we might just be able to put 1 or 2 in the bag there. It's moving through, but it is a lot slower than it was, so we'll persevere just for a little bit, 5-10 minutes or so, and see what happens. Well, I've got 1 cast in, and guess what? It's raining again. So, bag on camera time again. Sorry about this, guys. What a day. GoPro, stop recording. Oh, back again. Let's put this bag away. Managed to get 2 or 3 casts out on the waggler, but I wasn't really going anywhere fast with that. Conditions have improved a little bit, although it just keeps raining, then stopping raining, and then the wind gets up and goes down again, and really changeable, challenging conditions today. I've just gone back out on the tip, as you can see, literally casting in just before I came and took the plastic bag off. Not really hearing many people catching anything still, but if we could only just get the conditions to just go down a little bit. Well, this is bigger. Gotta be careful, I'm right over the edge of a lip. This used to be an old sand pit, and they've dug a trench or something. It goes right down over a very steep edge. So I was trying to keep the rod up a little bit there to stop chafing on the edge of the bar. Whoa. Just take my time with this guy. This could be a real difference maker. Mind you, I'm still getting wet. 60 odd turns, this could take a while at this rate. He's just a slow, dogged one, this one, but he's a decent sized lump. This one could really make a difference. He's way down to the side now, just literally parallel to the bank. I'm not even sure. He must be fairly close to the bank. Right in down the edge. My arm's killing me. Literally, he must be just down along this bank here somewhere, but I just don't know how far out he is. And it goes into a bay round the corner, so who knows? Has he woken up a little bit? Not exactly sure how far down he is. Ah, there we are. He's probably about 8 metres down the peg now. But right at the edge. And take in line, look. Just because he felt like it. Excuse me. And some more. Well, we've got him in from 60 odd metres out, and he suddenly decided he doesn't want to play. Well, I thought I lost him then. I think I caught on his tail. I'd be a bit gutted if I lost this one now. Here we go again, he's off again. Well, if I get this one in, even if I don't win the match, I'll be perfectly happy. That's a big fish. Oof. He's just dogged down in front of me, can't shift him. Well, let's see if we can get the net towards him. Engage it from that. He doesn't want to give up yet, and I am not going to force him. This is the time when you get a little bit panicky, and so many fish pull out at this point over the years, and he's going for the end of the keep net. Keep him out of there. Trouble is, when they're this size, there's not much you can do. If they kick their tail, they kick their tail and they go. Right, I think we're getting somewhere now. Got an elasticated feeder on, as you can see, it's the Guru one. Let's see if we can get him in the net. Oh, that's an only just in the net jobby. That's a good fish. Sticking out the net, look. Just lip hooked. And I'm not going to show you him yet, but we'll just get him in the net. Well, that big fish has now put me back in front of Paul to the left of me and negates his big fish. Guys across there have had one or two, don't know what the guys over there have had, so really not sure of exactly how I am today. I mean, this is actually quite a big lake, as you can probably see, so you can't actually see what other people are doing. But so far, apart from the weather, I've really enjoyed myself. The weather's actually calmed down quite a lot now. As you can see, we haven't got breakers coming over anymore, so I'm managing to get the distance with the feeder. I might get a bit of control on the waggler a bit later on. I'll just give that another go. Couldn't try the pole today. It was too shallow at pole length, probably only 2.5, 3 feet. But also with this wind, it just wouldn't have worked today. So really, this has just been a feeder day because of the conditions. You never know, might get something on the waggler. And as I say, we'll give that a go shortly. Well, it's 1 o'clock, everyone. Wind's dropped down a fair bit, and would you believe the sun's trying to poke through. So I'm just going to have a quick look on the waggler just to see if I can get enough control and see if I can get a bite. Still moving through quite quickly. The undertow is actually quite bad still at the moment. Well, got a couple of chucks with the waggler, but there's been literally nothing on that. Obviously it's slowed down on the feeder as well, but at least I was getting an odd bite on that, so I think we'll go back on the feeder, maybe give this one more go before end of play, but to be honest, it's not looking like the waggler's going to play at all today. Let's get back out there. Well, don't know how big this one is, but at least it's not coming straight in. It's actually just on the lip, chafing backwards and forwards on that sandbank. Moving a bit now. It's actually not very big, but it's all fish in the net. It's the first fish I've had for a while. Sometime just after 1 o'clock now, so I'll have a look and tell you exactly in a second. See where we're at. Oh, this is actually not very big at all. And it might be a fraction bigger than the other ones, I think. Yeah, but not much, if anything. Right, come on fish. Where'd you go? There you are. Right, take your time, Dan. They're all precious. It's not as though you're bagging up. Okay, well that's I don't know how many that is now. Is that about 10 fish, something like that? I think I could count, wouldn't you? Right, in the net with you, mate. Let's have a look at the time. It's 1:30, so we've got an hour and a half to go. The wind's calming down now a bit. It's actually almost pleasant. Problem was, when I was in the middle of the teeth of those things, I just couldn't get a distance, and it's a fair old whack. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Another good big fish like that other one be just about spot on for today, wouldn't it? You never know, we've got an hour and a half to go. Just had a call on the Bush Telegraph, and seems that one of the guys over there has got one £20 plus. I don't know what else he's got. Other guy over there has got 2 fish, but I don't think they're all that big. And the one in the middle of the 3 of them, he's got a 1 or 2, but I don't know exactly how many. So I really don't know where I'm going to come today. It's probably actually going to be fairly close, but at least we're all getting the odd bite or 2, so that's good. It's the first bite I've had for a while. It's a little bit bigger than those other ones. It's actually almost taking some line, and we've got 3/4 of an hour to go. Well, it took that first bit of line, and then decided to do the usual thing and just follow the line in. Oh, definitely having a bit of a pullback now. There's no way I'm going to force him in. This could be crucial. Or it could be that some of the guys over there have caught massive amounts and it's totally pointless, but hey, that's what fishing's about in matches. You don't necessarily know until the weigh-in, so you just got to do your best and get as many of them in as you can. A little bit bigger. I'm glad this wind's dropped down a little bit now. It's almost manageable. Well, actually it is manageable. I shouldn't complain too much. He's got some strength when he wants to, this guy. I'm going to put him at £2.5, £3, alright, something like that. It's not like a commercial where you're going to have lots and lots of bites, so I've got to make the most of these. Did all this fighting down in front of me, as they sometimes do. There we go. That's got him. Was that 11 or 12? I can't remember exactly. Yeah, about £3, I suppose. I've got time for another 1 or 2. Another one of these wind them in ones. Hey, quite often here the fish are in the sort of £3 to £5 range, but today, that one big one, and then these tiny, well, they say tiny pound ones. They all mount up though. And if I'm catching these and nobody else is catching anything, that's a good thing. Right, here we go. All about the same size, which is quite good for future years, of course, when they get bigger. What's that, 12? Lost count. I'm actually enjoying this, even with the horrible conditions. Right, well, we're at 22:03. Match finishes at 3 o'clock, 6-hour match. I think I've done reasonably, certainly compared to normal times. I have. I'm just hoping I can get maybe one more fish in this last 20 minutes or so. Well folks, there's just a couple of minutes to go before the end of the match now. What we'll do is I'll get myself weighed in, I'll let you know what I've weighed. I'm not going to hang around while all the other guys weigh. I'll get the results from that on an email later, because I've got that 2.5 hour journey to get back home again. So you aren't going to have to wait all that long, because as soon as I finish telling you what I've caught, you'll also see the results come up on the screen. Ready?
Here we go.
That in?
Yep. Oh, he's better than mine. Oh, yeah, he's a good one.
Here's a good one. Okay, mate. Whenever we're ready.
Yeah, you got some weight there.
Let's have a look what we got.
Got it rolled up?
Yep.
Whoa, 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 boys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 13.26. 13.26.
Okay. So there we are then, folks. It seems that my £29 was good enough for second place on the day. I have to admit, I did enjoy the day, although I hate that peg, as I said on probably numerous occasions. The guy that won it had just under £42. He only had 4 fish, and one of them was £23. The second one was a koi, which was probably close to a double figure fish. So with the other 2, he probably had a couple of pounds each in those. So I had, what was it, 12 fish or something like that. So really, I did as well as I could on the day, I think. I'm not sure there's anything I could have done better or differently, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes you catch big fish, sometimes you catch small fish, and today for me it was about small fish. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. And until the next time, bye for now.